Hello, welcome back to the HCCTV Student Lounge. This is a show done by HCC students for HCC students to give our opinions in news, entertainment, and what's going on in school. My name is Caragon. Hi, Benjamin. It's so good to have you back as a host. I missed you, man.
Yeah, and it's good to be back. So today we're joined by Diego, Josh, Andres, Kennard, Vincent, Beth, and Eric. We're also joined by our guest, Chef Charles Rucker, who's here to show us how to prepare a healthy Thanksgiving meal. But first, let's launch for our top three news of the week. Thanksgiving is just around the corner. On November 26th, we'll be celebrating America's second favorite holiday, according to the Harris poll. The history of this holiday is it's a story of appreciation and giving back. A long time ago, back in 1621, the first Thanksgiving was celebrated. This came about from the first Plymouth settlers not knowing the skills needed to survive in this new land. The local Native Americans helped and taught them how to fish, grow corn, and extract sap from maple trees. With this came a big harvest. The settlers shared that harvest with the natives during a 3-day celebration, which then became the start of Thanksgiving. But it wasn't until many years later that President Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a national holiday in 1863. So, Kyle, what are you planning to do on Thanksgiving?
Well, my family is all in Brazil, so thanks God I have my girlfriend, so I'm gonna spend it with her family. But I wish, I could spend it with family because I think that's the best moment to do that, and also get to eat some good food. But what about you? Do you have plans?
I do, but we're trying to limit it because of what's going on. We don't want to have too much contact with family and potentially spread. But there is some good news about that. Pfizer announced the COVID-19 vaccine. Pfizer and their partner BioNTech said November 9th that their vaccine against COVID-19 was strongly effective, exceeding their expectations. The vaccine is the first to be tested in the United States to generate a late stage data. The company said that people who received the injections of the vaccine experienced 90% fewer cases of symptomatic COVID-19 than those who received a placebo. So for months, researchers have been cautioning that the vaccine might only be 60% to 70% effective, but this one way higher. So phase 3 studying is ongoing, so we'll get more results as we go. Black Friday shopping. Black Friday is almost here, and it's basically another holiday we celebrate by barging into stores at 5 a.m. and grabbing all we can, like if we were some deal-hungry zombies. Well, this year things are going to be a little differently. A lot of stores are going to be running their deals online to avoid large crowds at physical locations. Also, most of them are offering contactless curbside pickup. So you buy something online, you choose to pick it up at store. You let them know once you arrive at these specific parking station areas, and they just bring it up to your car. Either they put it in your trunk or your back seat. So I highly advise to avoid going to the stores and stay at home safe. But this brings me to the next topic. What are y'all doing for Black Friday shopping? Are y'all even going Black Friday shopping? Y'all doing it online? What are y'all getting? Kyle, what's gonna be your Black Friday routine?
Staying home, buy nothing. um, I mean, honestly, like I don't really have plans to buy anything. I think everything that I wanted to buy, I bought it, or I will buy in a few years from now because it's really expensive. So, as a student, it's kind of complicated to enjoy Black Friday. But I did notice that a lot of companies they actually started the Black Friday deals already. I know the Best Buy, for example, they made an announcement that they did like a Black Friday price that in case in Black Friday was cheaper than what it is right now, they would give you the difference of the money. So I think that's pretty cool. And again, it helps to not bring a lot of people in store, which I never liked. Honestly, I never been like every time I went to Black Friday was towards the end of the day. I didn't get, pretty much all the deals, but I was able to get what I want. At the time was the Xbox One X. That was less like 2 years ago, I think. Um, but I never liked this thing of having a bunch of people fighting for a product, and there was people that got killed one time. I saw that was crazy. So I never really enjoyed this type of thing. So but I would like to talk about Black Friday in Brazil. And in Brazil, it's not a tradition at all. They try to imitate here the United States, and over there it's a big scam because they double the price and they give you 50% off. So literally, like they say you're paying half of the double. So they literally do that, and sometimes they reduce the price like a few cents, and they make, oh, it's Black Friday deal, it was this, they just put like new price, but when you take the tag off, I've seen a lot of videos, it was like 50 cents more, and they dropped it down. So it's a big scam in Brazil, unfortunately. Like Black Fridays doesn't work there. So here I'm surprised that actually it's something that works well. And I think that since we have so many products and people are trying to get rid of it because they need to bring more new products to the store, that's why it works so well here. And what about you guys? What would you like to share today?
Well, Kyle, I'm a big supporter of Black Friday. As I follow business news a lot, and I think that Black Friday is good for all retailers because that's usually their biggest time in the year where they make revenue. So it helps them to make profits and helps people who have jobs, since the retail area is kind of a shaky area, with the pandemic right now. I think it's important that we support our retailers. I myself, I usually go not at the week of, like 3 a.m. or anything. I go like maybe around 2 o'clock. I'm not really a big fan of waiting in line, and I'm in no hurry to get my products or buy gifts. I already know what my family wants, so I'm not going to kill anybody or break their window or bust through, to get to a TV or something like that. I don't need TV. So, I mean, I will go out and shop and support my businesses, but not to the extent that I've seen people do on the news where they have to literally die to get their gifts for their family. So again, I'm a big supporter of retailers and the revenue and having jobs for everyone. That's my take on Black Friday.
So for me, I like it that there's already a few stores that have announced that they're not going to be open on Black Friday. And that means that those employees, like my sister-in-law, won't have to be at the store at 5 in the morning. She can actually stay home, have Thanksgiving dinner with our family and, enjoy the holiday for a change.
Well, thank you very much, Beth. So there's always a good side for the stories, and I'm glad she can actually enjoy. And that's something that I'm thinking about because in the past, like I've have occasions that I couldn't be in a Thanksgiving, or I have a family, a friend that they couldn't be in Thanksgiving because they were working. So maybe this is the year to be together, especially if everything is going on. And again, try not be with a bunch of people because of the coronavirus. But the family that you're close to, it's a moment to enjoy yourselves and enjoy life.
Well, in my opinion, I like to put up a good fight for a TV. That's why I like to go to the stores. But we'll leave that as it is. Well, now let's move on to Kyle's special guest. Who do you have for us today, Kyle?
Today we have Chef Charles Rucker, and he's a culinary instructor for the Healthy Cuisine class. And today, believe it or not, we're gonna talk about how can we do a healthy Thanksgiving meal, which I never thought was impossible. I always thought it was gonna be something really fatty and greasy, but today we're gonna learn how to do that. How are you, Chef Charles?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to be with you.
So, first of all, what did you cook for us today?
Today we have poached Cornish hens. We have sauteed trout. We also have a seafood salad. We have 2 types of cranberry sauce. We have an orange cranberry sauce and a jalapeno cranberry. We also have some avocado deviled eggs. We have some salmon and cream cheese appetizers. We also have fresh fruit tartlets, sweet potatoes, and we have little pork meatballs that go with the sweet potato dish.
Oh wow, this is like a 15 meal course meal. That's a lot of food. Oh my God, it's for the whole family, huh?
Well, you said a Thanksgiving feast, so we put one together. Oh, we also have, we also have our vegetable dishes, carrots today, and we also have a vegan cheese and broccoli, like a cheese and broccoli casserole.
Oh wow. So tell me, what is it healthy? What does make it healthy?
Okay, so in this particular class, we try to use, whenever we use dairy products, we either use low fat or low skim or no fat at all. So these products are made with either low fat or no fat dairy. And in the case of the broccoli cheddar cheese casserole, this is a vegan cheese sauce that we're using.
Perfect. It sounds really, really delicious. So can you tell me a little bit about the process? How did you start cooking? Because you guys start cooking pretty early, right? You guys got done like right now. So tell me, how was the process?
We start approximately about 8:30. They try to work on the things that are going to be the most time consuming first, and then things that would be less time consuming, they would cook more towards our service time.
Okay. And another question too, I saw that you guys, were being really careful how you, made the plates. So tell me, how important is the looks of the food?
The look of the food is really important because when you're missing fat, a lot of times the food has to look very nicely presented. We also do use a lot of fresh herbs in this class, since we try not to use as much salt as well. A lot of these recipes call for no salt or very little salt. But the plating, the students realize, is very important because of the portion size. For one, these are smaller portions, and quite often, while we're looking at the recipes themselves, they'll be thinking, that doesn't seem like a lot of food. But once you get it plated up, it actually looks like more food than you thought maybe in your mind it would be. And usually when they're finished, they always say, hey, you know what, that was enough to really fill me up.
Awesome. So can you actually introduce your students, the people that you have there?
Yes. I have Kashar Jaloop and James Zoller.
So can you guys tell me a little bit what dishes you guys have today, and what, and tell me how it is to be in a culinary class? I think that's pretty exciting, and we always get to eat good.
Well, personally, I found it to be an absolute joy. It's been fantastic attending HCC's Culinary Arts program. It certainly showed me a lot more about cooking and given me a greater appreciation for just how it all comes together. As for I think I'll let her go ahead and introduce herself too before I go and give my spiel about the food. But.
Hi, my name is Kushar. For me, culinary arts means expression of yourself. You can put your art into your food, your flavors and everything. The culinary program is a wonderful program. It teaches you technical, interpersonal. It teaches you a lot of things that you really think that you know that you really don't know once you get into the program. So it's a wonderful program to be into.
You'll certainly pick up a lot of skills, especially communication. Communication is always key in the kitchen, whether it's just going ahead and making sure that folks are not running into each other around the corner, or if it's just making sure that a certain dish is getting out on time. It's really important to be always talking with people, and you really do learn that as you go ahead and work alongside your fellow students here at HCC. If you'd like now, I can go ahead and discuss what we've made for you today.
Please go ahead. I'm excited to see.
Right. So as Chef Rucker introduced earlier, we did go ahead and cook a nice bit of deviled eggs that we've dusted with a nice little coat of cayenne pepper and garnished with a touch of parsley. We also have a nice smoked salmon appetizer here that we've garnished with a little bit of lemon zest to add a little bit of tartness to it.
You can tell what's in the cream cheese.
Oh, yes. And the cream cheese that we've made for it is a blend of cream cheese, sour cream, chives, green onion, and a little bit of lemon, once again, to just cut through that fat. And then, as he mentioned, we have two types of cranberry. Now, I'll go ahead and pass this off to my associate because...
Okay. The cranberry right here is the cranberry with the jalapenos. This is the imitation crab salad with shrimp, and it looks like it has zest on top. The cranberry on top is the cranberry with the orange. And if you move right along to the right a little bit, we have white rice. We have sauteed carrots. We have rice and broccoli casserole. We have sauteed trout. We have a southern potato salad. right here. We have Cornish hen. We have our gravy, our demi glaze. We have our stuffing, our vegan stuffing, excuse me. We have more Cornish hen right here. We have more demi glaze. This right here is sweet potatoes baked twice with small pork meatballs. And then we have our individual fruit galettes with raspberries, blueberries, kiwis, a lot of different fruits.
Bravo, bravo. I'm gonna be honest with you. Congratulations, because I don't think no one ever made me so hungry my whole life. Seriously, this looks amazing. Like, wow. You guys are so lucky. I'm about to head over there and eat some of that food, to be honest.
I really just want to thank you for the opportunity, honestly.
Yep, same here. Certainly wishing you guys a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thank you,
holidays.
guys. What are you guys gonna do now?
Oh, we're gonna eat.
You guys so ready for that, huh?
Oh yeah.
If you had to eat one of those, if you had to choose one of those plates, which one would be y'all's favorite?
For me, mine would be Cornish hen and the southern potato salad.
Okay.
So it's
Now,
I was actually
I've got.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, my apologies. I've got a little bit of a personal bias, so I'd have to say the sautéed trout with the saffron mayonnaise. Put a lot of effort into that, and I gotta say, it tastes pretty good.
So fancy. So my question for you. So your favorite plate that you said is what is that? I don't even know what it is. It looks like a little chicken. What type of food is that? I honestly don't even know what is that.
Cornish hen.
That's
Poached Cornish hen.
I never had this. I don't even know what is that, to be honest. But it's a bird, right?
Yeah, it's a bird.
Okay.
It's a fowl of some kind.
Okay.
But as you mentioned, we went ahead and poached it, and that's another method that we go ahead and cut down on fat here, is by going ahead and poaching things, whereas sauteing would have necessitated the use of fats. So by poaching it, we were able to reduce the fats, and then we went ahead and finished it in the oven to give it a nice little crispness that you'd usually expect from something that's been gone ahead and covered in butter and then tossed into the oven, you know?
Okay, I see. Yeah, especially for fried stuff. So I want to hear from you guys. Your instructor told us that it's important plating, but what about you guys? What do you think about plating? Is it hard? Is it important? What do you guys think about that?
Plating is not really hard. It's more of the portion control. And how we portion things in this class is 335. The starch is 5 ounces, and everything else, your protein, is 3 ounces, and that's pretty much it.
So it's actually 3 ounces of starch, 3 ounces of protein, and 5 ounces of vegetables. I mean, you'll have to forgive us. We're still students. We're not quite experts here. We're more amateurs.
Oh, it looks fantastic, this food. Honestly, like, it looks beautiful, and I honestly, like, I was not expecting to have all those like little like different levels of food and all this like beautiful. For me, everything was just gonna be in a plate and that's it. And that looks beautiful. Like, good jobs, guys.
One of the things that we just brought out, and the reason we just brought it out is because instead of doing something like a pumpkin pie or pecan pie or anything, we decided to do a pumpkin sorbet.
Hold it up.
Oh. So this is actually a pumpkin sorbet, and then inside of that mixture, once it's been mixed, is minced ginger, and then the garnish on top is a piece of sliced candied ginger, but it's the ginger pumpkin sorbet. So of course, then there's a lot less calories than actually a slice of pie.
Oh, wow, that looks beautiful. All right, guys. I think that's it for today. You guys got me hungry enough, so we need to close this up so I can go have dinner. Of course, I don't have like this fancy food. I'm probably gonna do some noodles, something like that. So you guys enjoy for me, okay?
Yes.
very much.
Thank you.
So what's going on now, Benjamin?
Well, thank you so much for being on the show, and man, y'all made me hungry, so we'll see what I'll do about that. We also cover all things video games. So, Vincent, what do you have for us today?
Okay, hello gamers. First off, happy holidays. I enjoy Black Friday too as much as anyone, so I made this skit here to show you how I like to celebrate the holidays. You can check it out right after this transition. Alright, so coming back to gaming news. Recently the PS5 and the Xbox recently came out, and here's some news on that now. So the internet is amazing. Don't you just love trolls? So on the first day the Xbox came out, people were posting videos of their Xbox with smoke coming out of it. Of course, that looks bad because, you know, you don't want your new $500 console lighting up on fire. But it turns out those were just trolls that were vaping into their Xbox. It was so bad that Microsoft actually had to put out a statement on Twitter telling people not to vape into their Xbox. But you know, that doesn't stop anyone. If anything, it makes people want to do that even more. All right, so the PlayStation 5, just a warning for you guys. For anyone that just bought a PS5, if you try to load any PS4 games via external hard drive, you could brick your brand new console too. So that also looks bad for PlayStation. So don't do that. All right, so that's it for gaming news. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much for those news, Vincent. I'm definitely thinking about getting. I think I'm gonna lean more towards the Xbox, but then PlayStation also has a special place in my heart. But we'll see what I end up choosing. But not only do we talk about video games, we also talk about entertainment, movies, TV shows. So, what do you have for us today?
So today I actually want to recommend Friends, but a specifically episode, and that's in season 5, episode 8, the one with all the Thanksgiving, and that's one of my favorite of all of the episodes that they did about Thanksgiving, especially because I will just tell one thing about it. I don't want to spoil it, but you know, Joey gets stuck with a turkey in his head, and it's just so hilarious. Like just go watch, do yourself the favor and go watch that. And what about you guys? What you guys would like to recommend today?
Well, Kyle, so I want to recommend a movie. It's kind of an odd choice. It's called Boogeyman from 2005. The series of events that take place in the movie lead up to Thanksgiving. So the whole movie is about kind of Thanksgiving in a way, because the main character is suffering from a trauma from his childhood. He saw what's called, it's actually a trickster, but they call it the Boogeyman in the movie because they don't know what it is. But he traumatized him as a kid. As he got older, his new family and friends are now in danger from this same creature. And if they don't escape it, there's no hope at all. So the whole movie is about him finding a way to stop this thing and not have another Thanksgiving ruined for his entire family that he has left, because he already lost his parents and his other family when he was a child. So it's kind of a supernatural thriller. It's very intense, very serious. It's rated PG-13, but it's very relevant to Thanksgiving concept about being thankful about what you have, because this thing is going after everything that he has. And I think that this is a good watch for movie fans of horror or sci-fi or supernatural. So again, it's called Boogeyman 2005, and it's written by Eric Kripke, who did the TV show Supernatural.
Today I want to recommend a movie, a very funny movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, directed by John Hughes and starring by Steve Martin. This movie shows us the traffic jam and the congestion of the flights in the Thanksgiving's Day. That is very crazy. So the plot is about a guy that he lives in New York and he needs to travel to Chicago, but he misses his flight And from there, he has to take different transport, train, cars, and different transport. And on the way, he meets a guy that in the beginning helped him, but after that made his life impossible. It's a very funny movie for Thanksgiving. I really recommend that movie.
I would like to recommend the movie Knives Out. It's a Thanksgiving movie, or at least it's set in Thanksgiving, and it's a classic whodunit, mystery. There's a whole bunch of family gets together, very dysfunctional. They all really don't like each other. A whole bunch of good actors in it. You never really know what's going to happen next. Always kept me guessing, always throwing in twists. It's really good. I'd highly recommend it. It's called Knives Out.
Movie that I would recommend is Big Mama's House. It's an American crime comedy film about an undercover cop starring Martin Lawrence. It's actually happening on Thanksgiving Day, but it's about him. He has to go undercover to protect, I think it's his son, but it's his wife and his son without them knowing. And he does this by going in disguise as somebody's grandma, which they call Big Mama. In a common family, the eldest lady in the family, we usually call them Big Mama. I know for me, I call my grandma Big Mama. So she's like the one that holds the family together, and she cooks and cleans and protects the family. And he does all this on Thanksgiving Day so they can have their happy ending as a family and sit down at the end and have a big old happy Thanksgiving meal together as one. So if you like those type of movies, I would recommend you watch this one, Big Mama 1, 2, and 3.
I'm going to recommend my man, Paul Blart, Mall Cop. The movie follows the titular character. He's an obese guy. He couldn't pass the physical to become a cop, so he became a mall cop instead. Now, what does this have to do with Thanksgiving or Black Friday? Well, the main conflict of the movie takes place on Black Friday in the mall. Santa's little helpers, it's a bunch of thugs disguised as the elves who help the little mall Santa. They're planning a bank heist in there, and Paul Blart is the one mall cop on duty, so it's up to him to save Black Friday, save the mall, and save everyone.
Thank you very much, Josh. This is actually a really good movie. I watched that a few times and it's really funny. All right, guys, so it's the time today to say goodbye. I think we had a really interesting show. You're probably really hungry by now because it was a lot of good food. And hopefully you learned something interesting. You're going to be able to do a healthier meal for this year's Thanksgiving. And as always, guys, stay to the end because we have, the funny video of the week or the meme. And thank you so much for watching. See you next week.
Also, don't forget to share us on social media. Also, leaving comments down on the bottom, letting us know what topics you want to talk next, or maybe we can bring something up like a special guest. So thank you for tuning in to the Student Lounge. See you next time.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it! God damn it!